Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you are okay on that side of the screen. And today to take a look at what I believe to be, if not the best mouse in the market for productivity, it's among the best. This video is sponsored by the new Doge S98 dual screen double fan with Android 12, a smart rear display, a 20 megapixel night vision camera, 64 triple rear camera, and a lot more. Don't forget to check the link down below. This is the Logitech MX Master 2S. Now, have in mind that the first mouse that I've used of this kind was the Logitech Performance MX, quite a few years ago, and it was by far the best mouse that I've used for productivity. Later on, I purchased the MX Master, the original one, and then there was the 2. I didn't use it, but I have the 2S right over here. And at this moment, we already have, as you guys know, the 3 on the market. And that takes us to a question, which is it worth it to get the 2S or the 1 instead of the latest, which is the 3? And the answer, even before I share some things with you, is, in my opinion, yes, if the price is right. Because the 3 costs one price and you will get the 2S at this moment for a lower price. I will leave some links down below. And it's not very common, but if you still find the MX Master on the market at a great price, don't think twice, because this is huge. The differences are not huge, as I will share them with you in just a few moments. Now, in terms of the comfort, this is, in my opinion, for what I've tried over the years, the best mouse in the market. It's really ergonomic and comfortable. I do spend a lot of hours in front of my computer, and it's just been awesome. Since the Performance MX, which was the first one that I used and changed my way of working, the MX Master and the MS Master 2S. Just a great experience in terms of comfort. Even after spending a lot of hours, I don't feel any kind of discomfort on my hand. This is just great for someone that spends a lot of time in terms of productivity, documents, video editing, photo editing. Now, another thing that I do enjoy is the buttons that we have available, which are 7 and 2 wheels, and we can change the way that they act through this software. Now, the wheels are very useful, and of course, probably you have seen some reviews where we have 2 functions on the wheel where it will stick, and the other function where we scroll and it will just go down to one of the pages, those long pages that we browse. But this is not the one that I use most. I use mostly the second wheel right over here, which doesn't have a button, it's just a wheel, and I use it to scroll on my Final Cut Pro 10 timeline, which is just awesome. Saves me a lot of time, and saving a lot of time on a lot of videos just saves me a lot of time in general. Now, to connect this to any computer, we have the Bluetooth option. Now, the Bluetooth option is one of the things that did attract me back then and still attracts me, especially for those that use more than one computer. We can pair up to 3 computers over Bluetooth, and then I just need to press a button right over here and it will change from computer to computer, and that is just awesome. If you know my setup right over here, as you guys know, I have Windows, I have Mac, I've got Linux, I've got a lot of devices, and I don't want to be changing mouses. I want to keep the same comfort even when changing my computer, and this is one great option. Of course, we also have the Logitech Unify dongle, which we can connect to computer, and we can connect several devices from Logitech to that particular dongle. And then there's a feature that's available on the 2S and not on the MX Master original, which is the cross-computer flow, but I will talk a little bit more about that in just a few moments. In terms of battery, there is also an improvement comparing to the MX Master. Now, the MX Master lasts me for about a month without any issues. I don't recall when I did purchase this one, but it has a few years already, and the battery is still working awesome, so it lasts. It's a mouse that we pay for it, but it lasts. And we are talking about 1 month. Right over here, we are talking more than 1 month, although I don't have it with me for more than 1 month, so I can only do some calculations based on my experience with the MX Master and the technical specifications of each one, because this one states 40 days and I can use it for 1 month without any issues. This one states 70 days, so I would say it's safe to say that for 1.5 months we would have no issues at all. More interesting is that it has fast charging, which is very useful. If I charge for 1 or 2 minutes, I will have the mouse ready to work a full day at least. In terms of ergonomics, they are very similar. If they have any difference, then it's really hard for me to tell because they feel both great on the hands. But there are differences. One is the DPI level. The MX Master has 1600, while the MX Master 2S has 4000 DPI. And this to notice when we are working, especially if you compare one to the other. If you are working with the MX Master like I did for the past few years, then it's just a great experience and you will not notice anything at all. But when you change to a mouse with a higher DPI, then you will notice that. And 1600 to 4000 is quite a bit. And this one right over here, we can notice that. The other great thing that I did notice since the Performance MX and on the MX Master is that they have been improving in terms of tracking with the dark field technology. And the MX Master 2S, it also has the IR LED technology right over here with an optical lens that will improve even better this kind of tracking. And honestly, if you put them on a mouse pad, I will not feel any difference between one and the other. But I do have a piano white desk at the back, which I use right over there, and one of the things that I do notice with the MX Master is that when I use it on that particular surface, we will notice some areas that it will not track. If I put the MX Master 2S right over there, I feel no issues, no differences between using on a piano glossy white desk or on a mouse pad. So this is one of the differences that we will notice from MX Master and the MX Master 2S. Another difference is the cross-computer flow, which basically will allow us to use one mouse, and of course we can use 3 computers by pressing this button, but with the cross-computer flow I will not need to change any of these buttons right over here. If I install, for example, the software on a Windows computer and the same software on the Mac OS, or 2 Mac OS or 2 Windows computers, then when activating the cross-computer flow, I will just be able to move the mouse from one computer to another, regardless of the operating system. And one of the things that I can do, which is really great, is to copy and paste files from one system to the other, and that might be really handy. Both computers need to be on the same network for this to work, so that is the only limitation. The MX Master is not able to do that feature, as you guys may be aware. The 2S is. So in conclusion, since the Performance MX, which was one of my favorite mouses, and now moving to the MX Master and the MX Master 2S, my suggestion, and based on my experience, is simple. If you find one of these, the 2S, it's easy to find on the market. I will leave some links down below, but the MX Master is not that easy. But if you find one at a great price, I would not think twice. On the other hand, if you want a more solid tracking, better DPI, and you want the cross-computer flow feature, then the 2S is probably the perfect solution, because the price will be lower than the MX Master 3, which is more expensive, and the differences are not that much, but you can search online for some of those differences. And that is it. Hope that this video was helpful in some way, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.